All right. What's up, y'all? We are here. We are back for another one with my boy Alec Fuccino.
Fuccino, yeah.
Fuccino. Dang, that's a mob name.
That's a mob.
Is it Italian?
Nope.
It's not.
It's
That's
Japanese.
crazy. Is it all Japanese?
Hey, hold on. I gotta sit like you, dog.
I'm trying to get comfortable up in here in my car. You stupid, dog. That's how I look. You stupid, dog. All right, dog. Let's get straight into it because we're on our lunch hour. We gotta hurry up and get back to work. You feel me? You know, Life in Plumbing is about a bunch of new upcoming plumbers looking to get into the game. You went through the union route, right? You don't like non-union, right? You made that clear? Non-union? I'm playing with you.
I've never worked non-union.
Yeah. All right, so you went through the whole apprenticeship, man. That's dope. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, man, so that you can school people on, you know, just your insight and, you know, everything you've been through so far up to this point. All right, so the first question I'm gonna ask you, all right, and then, you know, I told him I didn't want to ask him none of these questions. Don't be trying to look at the question. Look at it exactly like right here. Don't be trying to get prepared.
That's why I got
so you're not
prepared.
You stupid, huh? So yeah, man, we're gonna get right up into it. All right, first question: what inspired you to choose plumbing as a career path? You could have did anything else, man. You could have did anything else.
Nothing inspired me really. It was more of my dad told me there was an opportunity to be able to make 3 figures. Ooh. And I took that opportunity. Basically, my dad said take a test, and I took the test and got into the union right out of high school, and that's that. Now I'm here.
So your pops, is your pops a plumber?
No, my pops is he's a general manager for another mechanical company.
Oh, so he's not a plumber. I keep saying plumber, but he's a fitter then, right?
No, he's not in the
engineer.
No. He's a general manager.
Oh, damn, I'm way off then. No, I don't know why I thought he was a plumber. I thought he was a plumber, owned his own shop. So no, I was wrong about that. Clearly.
No, you were wrong.
I got you.
He's been in the industry for 35 years now.
Okay.
But he's not a plumber or pipe fitter. He's just strictly white collar.
Shoot. So he got
white collar deal.
And he told you to go ahead and go in here. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no. My dad was probably one of the big inspirations for me to get in. But
why would he tell you to go to plumbing if he wasn't in it?
He didn't tell me to go into plumbing. He actually told me to go into the union.
Oh, okay.
So
to do anything?
Obviously you have plumbing, pipe fitting, welding, refrigeration, all that stuff. I've tried basically everything and just ended up becoming a plumber. So that was kind of the main thing was he just said to join the union and you pick whatever career you want. You know, your career
What
path.
age were you when you got in?
17.
17? Damn, you lucky, dog.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So were you afraid to get in here, or what was your thoughts before you got in here? Like, am I gonna be able to do it? I heard these dudes are like, some of them are coming out straight out of prison.
Straight out of prison. Yeah,
definitely, you know what I mean?
Definitely a new kind of world for me.
Yeah.
That world is this world is a lot different than, you know, being out in the real world without work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In here it's like you get exposed to a whole bunch of new different qualities, characters, space, industries, you know, the list goes on. You get exposed to a lot of new stuff. So
absolutely,
it for sure as a young kid it was scary, but
yeah.
But you hear that voice crack?
No, I was gonna say anything. I heard it, but I was gonna say. You hear that?
I'm still 17, guys. No.
Yeah. Sad.
But no, it's as a kid it was just more of like I was money driven.
Okay.
So when I heard 3 figures, it was just more. Or 3 figures. God damn. 6 figures.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say 3
did
figures
I say 3
more.
Figures
you
before?
said yes, you did, bro. I was gonna be like, okay, that must be maybe it's something different. I don't know. What's up to all my future plumbing pros? Just a quick shout out. I know jumping into this career can feel overwhelming, but I've got your back. I'm Nate, a licensed journeyman plumber with over 12 years of experience, and I'm here to boost your confidence. Sign up today for your free intro plumbing course through Course Careers using my link in the description below and receive $50 off your enrollment. Let's conquer that learning curve together and kickstart your plumbing journey. With all that being said, back to the video. Nice.
Yeah.
Man, that's not bad, man. 17. Hold on, so I thought you couldn't get into the union until you're 18.
You can't.
Okay, so explain that.
So I was 17 when I started working for a company named That was my dad's company.
Okay.
I worked under him in special projects and servicing at
So that's
17.
what I was asking.
So technically I was a parts runner.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I got you.
And then when I turned 18, I became indentured.
Ah, nice.
So
nice.
right when I turned 18 was when I got in.
Got you. That's dope.
I think it was like a month after I turned 18.
Okay. All right. Where'd you graduate?
2016.
Okay. And then you were 17 when you graduated?
I was 17
Your
when I
pops
graduated.
was like, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
Jump in here. Okay.
Well, the deal was, when I was younger, it was I play 3 sports or I get a job.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So in high school, that's what it was for me and my pops. And
Dang.
I ended up playing three sports. So right when I got out of high school, I wasn't playing any sports.
Yeah.
Right.
Is paintballing a sport? 'Cause I know you get down to paintballing.
I do get down in paintballing.
Well,
yeah,
is
it's
that
been a while.
considered a
It's been a
sport or
while
no?
since I played. It's a professional sport, yeah.
I mean, did your dad consider that a sport? Like one of the 3?
Oh, I didn't start when I came out of high school.
Oh, okay.
I started when I turned like 20 years old.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so second question. Did anyone in your life play a significant role and encourage you to pursue in this field? We already talked about that, your dad, right?
Yeah, that was my pops. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Number 3, can you share the training or education journey you undertook to become a plumber? Before you got in, did you know anything about plumbing?
Hell no.
Nothing, right?
Mm-mm.
And you just got in and just had to learn as you went. Was it tough for you?
I was completely green. Like I said, I came out of high school.
Yeah.
And my dad just said, join the union. I had no clue what the union was really about.
Ooh, yeah.
And I got in and I was completely green. Didn't know what a fitting was. Didn't know what technically a tool was.
Yeah.
Or any tool.
So you weren't mechanically inclined?
I was mechanically inclined on a car.
Okay. All right. You knew about cars.
So I fixed on cars, and that's kind of how I got my way into it, was that since I was mechanically inclined in cars,
like,
I did audio, I had a Dodge Charger, as you know.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and I souped that up. So, I was a little bit inclined in that sense, but anything that had to do with water going through a pipe or a pipe, let alone, no idea.
Nothing, no clue, huh? That's
no
how
idea.
It was. Would you have wished that you knew a little bit about it before you got in it? Would it have made things easier for you?
No.
No? You've just been like,
what are you asking me? Are you asking me if I would change, if I was to go back in time with the information that I had right now?
Well, of course, anybody would, right? But I'm just saying, like, would it have helped to know anything? Okay, so when I got in, and I wish I would have known more than I'd known, just because it was like I was just hitting my head. Felt like I was hitting my head on everything, just until I figured it all out. Was that kind of how you did, or?
No, because I think you have to make your mistakes.
You have to hit your head. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be able to what's the word? You gotta be able to bore through all those headaches and all that bitching and everything and the mistakes that you make, the embarrassments that you go through.
Yeah.
You got to be able to bore through all that stuff to actually learn. Right? Because if you don't make those, then how do you know if you're going to do something wrong?
Yeah.
How do you know if you're doing something wrong to make something right? Yeah. How are you going to learn how to fix something? How are you going to learn how to do this? How are you going to learn how to do that?
Yeah.
So for me, I can't answer that, because I came in with not learning anything.
Yeah.
And with the knowledge that I know now, and I'm still learning as I keep going, right?
Yeah.
I think it was just perfect for me, because it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot, just like your life and plumbing thing. It taught me a lot about life.
I know what you mean.
It's just like sports, it teaches you a lot about camaraderie.
Yeah.
With the team and everything. It teaches you teamwork. It teaches you pride. It definitely teaches you to lay down on your ego. For sure.
Yeah. I like that.
Your character, everything that aligns with life. This is what that teaches you.
Exactly.
For sure.
And that's how I feel like you see everything. And no matter what you're doing, you're learning about life. You know what I mean? Not necessarily just a job. You're learning about life.
Hell yeah.
I like that. All right. What were some of the challenges you faced when starting out in this profession? One that you remember.
Challenges, obviously, were learning stuff.
You do a lot of plumbing when you first started?
When I first started, I did a lot of refrigeration.
Okay.
So I started out in refrigeration. Then I went to the big side. So I started out in small projects.
Okay.
I started out in service and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
So refrigeration was mostly what we changed out compressors. It was like all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Unit change outs, all that stuff. And then I went to the big side and I started doing a little bit more plumbing there.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't about until maybe a year into my career that I had started plumbing.
Got you. And you weren't a pre-apprentice, right? You started off as an apprentice.
I was a pre-apprentice, yeah.
You did start off as a pre-apprentice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started off as a pre-apprentice when I was 17.
Oh, okay.
And then 18 I got indentured.
I got you.
And then that's when because I was able to go to school that same year.
Yeah.
And so that's how I started at 18.
Okay, I got you. Would you wish you were non-union or always union?
Always union.
Always union? Oh,
Yeah. Too many good things out of the union.
I believe it. Already y'all education, even when we were talking about today when we were at work, y'all education is, it far exceeds the one we had. Because there's like little things that I didn't even think about, you know what I mean, that you guys are learning that they put you through ahead of time, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah, so like Doug, was Doug the one that was on your podcast?
Yeah.
So Doug explained it pretty well in that podcast. That's how our school is based on. So it's actually through a college. It's through a ARC. We're through American River. So you get actual credentials. You get actual like general credentials that you can transfer over to a university.
Oh.
Go there for 2 years and still get your bachelor's.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know
so
that.
You still have there's a lot of benefits a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just go to school to get their certifications,
get
right?
The money.
Yeah, get the money, all that.
Okay.
But you could use the union is very useful and helpful for the future stuff of what you want to do. So when people want to create their own business throughout the union, you could just go through the union and be called a union shop. But you still have your benefits and all that stuff. So I mean, the union is very helpful and it's very, very beneficial for a lot of people, even when they don't see it.
What aspects of plumbing do you find most fulfilling or enjoyable? What do you like most about it? It could be pipe fitting or plumbing, you know what I mean?
What I like most about it, I would say
being a foreman.
social.
So you're a foreman? Tell everybody what to do?
Oh, yeah. Tell everybody what to do so that I can go sit in my office and do nothing.
It's got to be the life.
Yeah. No, it's the people that I meet.
Yeah.
On a job site. Like there's friends that I have right to this day that I saw on a job site when I was 18 years old as a first period apprentice.
Yeah.
And they are my friend to this day.
I see you walking through here like you know everybody, man. That's crazy. It's just this person. It's like somebody new every day. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you worked on any memorable projects that left a lasting impact on you?
Ooh. There's a couple.
Okay.
One of them was, and it's not a good impactful one.
Yeah.
In middle school, I worked on the middle school. The reason why it was impactful for me, not in the right way though, was because that job was the first job that I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this online.
Yeah,
I almost burned that place down.
Oh yeah, you just didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was a whole bunch in that job site. So there was water damage there.
Yeah.
And then that one I almost burned down that whole building.
Yeah.
I had to solder a cap in a wall.
Okay.
That was already finished.
Okay.
Had paint and everything, and we had to demo it out basically.
Okay.
But I just capped it off in the wall, and then they patched it all up.
With solder.
With solder.
Okay.
So I took the torch, I pushed the insulation up as far as I could and down as far as I could in that wall.
Okay.
I put a rag in there.
Yeah.
Started soldering it. It wouldn't catch. The solder wouldn't catch.
Yeah.
So I'm just burning this
no
fitting.
Oxygen in there probably to suck it in. Yeah.
So I'm burning this fitting, and it's damn near black, right? I'm like, this thing's not catching. Well, little did I know, flame was hitting a piece of insulation.
Ooh, yeah.
And next thing I know, I see sparks coming down in the wall.
That's crazy.
The only reason why it didn't burn down was because there was no oxygen in that wall.
Yeah. That's why it wasn't taking.
So it burnt up to a certain height because when I was pulling the insulation out. As it was catching on fire, I was pulling it out.
Touching the fire, all that, everything you ain't supposed to do.
So I was pulling it out, right? Yeah. And sure as shit, once I pulled out as much as I could, it was already gone.
Damn,
and
so
I
it catches on that
sparks
quick.
coming down, yeah.
Damn, I've always soldered next to, I've always done next to installation, and I've always wondered, like, okay, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? But hearing this now, like, damn, now I'm gonna be extra precautions.
Yeah. So that was the impactful, that was the bad impactfulness.
Yeah, I bet you didn't forget that.
Job.
I bet you was heart pounding.
But, oh yeah, dude, my heart was pounding.
What year were you?
That was third period.
Ooh,
so second year.
Sheesh. Woo, man.
Yeah.
That's to be expected, though. If you don't know what you're doing out there, I mean.
Or maybe it was third year. No, I think it was third year. It was third year.
So you knew better.
Yeah.
And you still did that.
Yeah, and I still did that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was third year.
Have you seen the plumbing industry evolve over the years? Probably, right?
Yeah. Yeah. More and more semiconductors coming out.
Okay. This is my first one. So
this is semiconductors are very, very hard, and they're very confusing.
Okay.
Because there's just a lot of new going in that nobody knows what they're putting in. Yeah, pipe is pipe still.
Yeah.
But to understand what the systems do and all that, to actually be able to pipe it to how they need it to, that's what's hard to understand.
You're not giving enough information to understand the whole project. You're kind of piecing it together. And
So semiconductors are evolving consistently.
Okay.
And there's being a lot more built now or remodeled because new tools need to go in and all that.
More work.
And then just like regular buildings, they're becoming more modern.
Okay, yeah.
So like ProPress is now a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When I started, it was just all solder.
Are you a ProPress or solder dude?
I'm a solder guy.
Yeah. So you see people doing ProPress, you're like, I'd rather solder it?
I'd rather solder it.
I feel like, when we started out back then, like that's all we were doing. Like when ProPress came out, it was like, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
What essential skills do you believe are important for success in plumbing? It's a good one.
What skills?
Mm-hmm.
People skills for sure.
Yeah.
You got to be able to be social.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to be social, but to be able to coordinate anything that's in your area or on an actual job site, schedule, to put a pipe up in the air, you got to coordinate. So coordination skills are a big one, or people skills are a big one.
Yep.
To be able to be respected enough to
people
do what
follow
you need.
You and
Okay. And then another skill is you got to be able to learn. Whether or not you know what you're doing, there's always something new that you can learn. Whether it's a different way of how to do things, or whether it's a fitting that you don't know about, or the functions of what the system actually does. You just got to be willing to adapt to, adapt and learn, the new skills and the new stuff. Like I said, there's a lot more modern stuff coming out now. So like ProPress, a lot of people hate ProPress, but you got to learn to adapt to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
You got to have an open mind.
Especially because it's faster, right? And then you're going to probably see it more on the jobs because people are going to make more money when the job gets done faster.
Correct.
So.
And it's not always faster, but it's definitely an efficient kind of way how to do things. So, and I think that's why a lot of people hate ProPress, is because they think that work's going to dry up because it's too fast. But in reality, it ain't gonna dry up. Everybody needs plumbing. Everybody, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing are the three main things. MEP are the three main things that everybody needs in a building to start it up. Right? Those are the three things that you need for a building to be able to turn on, to flush a toilet, to have water running through it, or anything like that. So it's always going to be something that everybody needs.
Absolutely.
And if you can get it done faster, you know, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but save the company more money, right?
Oh, no.
Then that company that you work for will get a lot more jobs for you.
Yep, absolutely. Right? What advice would you offer someone who is thinking about a career in plumbing?
Do it.
Everyone.
Like Nike says, just do it.
Dang, okay. I feel
if you want to gain experience or knowledge in something that, you know, you think is interesting, just do it. I mean, who's going to tell you to quit if you don't like it and you say, you know what, this isn't for me? Who's going to tell you you can't quit or anything like that?
Yeah.
Nobody controls you. Yeah. But you did gain knowledge from that one, you know, time period that you did.
Yeah. Try it out, right? Give it a shot.
And now if you do learn some skills, now you could remodel your bathroom or something like that, right? Because you understand it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that, you know, you could use to your advantage for that.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking to get in, just do it.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You coming to the show. You know
I can dap you up?
Hey, yeah, man. It's cool now. It's cool. But yeah, man. It's all right. No, but nah, man. I appreciate it, man. You coming out, talking to the audience, man. I hope you guys got something from this. I know for sure you guys got something from this. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. If y'all got any more questions for them, just put it down there and I'll relay the messages. You want them to reach you anywhere? What do you got? Okay.
I'm not a big social media guy.
Then I'll relay the message to them. You know what I mean? So, hey, this is Life in Plumbing. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all in the next one. All right. Peace.
Me and my God always conversating. He say I'm happy you called. What you been up to lately? He said the reason I called is time I war with Satan. And I'ma need your help to get through this. Lord, please eradicate it. Me and my God always conversating. He say I'm happy you called. What you been up to lately? He said the reason I called is time I war with Satan. And I'ma need your help to get through this. Lord, please eradicate it. And I'm sick of having two minds. I'm making my mind and it's never mine. I'm going for what I'm going for. Just know all